All right, class. So welcome to the last video we're going to do in this introduction phase. So the video that you're watching here is now called the MyLab Math video. Hopefully you became familiar with me and the syllabus. And then I kind of changed up the syllabus just a little more clear on the second video, and then talked about all the Canvas links that are right here. Okay, in the third video, the MyMath So this little piece right here, this we're going to do most of your work as far as content of the class, essentially all but your discussion boards. So clicking on that will take you here. And since I already set up my class and I'm the teacher here, right here it's going to say open. It's not going to say open MyMathLab Mastery. It's going to say set up an account or something else along those lines here. When you click on that, let's see. See if I have. No, okay. When you click on that, it's going to ask you to open up and put in. So real quick here, let me do this here. So files menu. It's going to take you to a page. It's going to ask for a username and passcode. If you already have a username and passcode with MyLab Math, enter it in and you're good to go. If you don't, and I wish I had a recording of a student doing this here, but I don't. And so you're going to sign into Canvas. You're going to go to the Pearson link or the MyLab and Mastery link on the course navigation page. Okay, once you get there, so you have this, you're going to enter your Pearson account username and passcode. And if you don't have one, what you're going to do is you're going to select create, and that's going to give you the 14-day free trial. So please click on create. All right. Once you go into there, it's going to ask you for the access option. It's going to ask for an access code. But if you want the 14-day free trial, don't put anything in there. You're just going to click next, next, and go to my classes. So if you're taking, all right, and then you're going to get a temporary access code. And that's what you're going to do is you're going to go to my classes and you're done. It should be a quick setup with that, and you are good to go. All right. Then once you log in again, come up here, and now it's going to say open your MyLab and Mastery section. All right, and I'm going to click on this one. I forgot. I think it's yellow or orange if you're all good to go. I think it's like purple or blue if you're still need to set it up. So, but email me if you still haven't, if you had issues with it here. A screenshot would be the best as well, saying you're going to have this difficulty with it. All right, and mine's going to look slightly different than yours because I have the instructor page. You know what I could do? 1 second, I could. There it is, view student as homepage. Okay, so this is what's going to be on your side. So you do have a calendar that you come up with right away. You can adjust it to how many weeks you want. So look at a full month's view. So notice there's nothing here in October. I'm sorry, not October, February. If you click on here, then you have some due dates. There it is, 14th, 21st, 28th. If you click down there, you have these little skill checks. Okay, so let's talk about all that. So first things first, we are going to start on chapter 2. So these little skills check quiz and skills check homework, that's for you to attempt if you just want to remind yourself of the content. If you haven't seen math for quite a while, this will give you a skills check quiz right away. And if you are all good to go with that quiz, you know you have your, so it's almost like, it's like reteaching. If you have issues there, you can click on this to reteach you some of the skills. And if you don't pass the quiz, you got some homework to do as well. So chapter 1, notice there's no chapter 3, chapter 2 homework, right? So these are the skill sets. So this is for you. They are all optional. These are all optional for you if you want to do them, if you don't. So since we're starting in chapter 2, if you want to go back and just kind of try your hand in skills in chapter 1, and this is about graphing lines. If you guys remember about graphing lines from Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, that's what that is. And then chapter 2 gets into, I'm sorry, quiz and the homework for chapter 1. All right, this is for you. These are optional. You don't have to do them. I suggest at least take the quiz just real quick here, just to sort of see if you are doing them right. And then it'll give you a chance to plug in some values as well. And the homework kind of looks like this. There's a little start of the test. It's about 15 questions. And it says like, do you remember this? And you can also view a tutorial as well on some of this, which is kind of pretty good too. But again, this is the first lesson, first chapter. There it is. It's like, hey, do you know how to plug in 5 in for the x? And tell me what the answer would be. All right. And I'm going to just do it wrong. Just want to see what happens here. Oh, okay. It's a quiz, so you're not going to know. Well, submit quiz, right? That's only after. So there's the quiz portion. If you want to do it that way, like, oh, I remember this. I remember this. That's fine. I'm going to leave that. If you want to go to the homework itself and this one's saying, hey, I'm going to look at the homework itself. It looks like 15 questions as well. And the reason why I want to do this one is because you have some extra help features here. So the quiz is going to be a self quiz for yourself. Okay, so notice over here it says, help me solve this problem. That's going to be a good feature of the homework. View an example. That's another one. Or get more help. So you could ask the instructor as well. You can view a video, and we'll get to the videos in just a second here about this one particular question or something similar. So there's that whole piece. This is going to be on all the homework assignments right here. This is all good. That's great to have all those helps there. Okay, so let's see. So 15 questions, just like the quiz. 15 questions. And this should, in a sense, summarize chapter 1. All right, and then I'm just going to check here. So help me solve view an example. It should set it up right away. So there's that. It says continue, blah, blah, and done, and close. So those are kind of quickly here. If you click on video, I just want to see what's going to be the same video. All right, you have a person explaining the concept there. So retro videos there. That's all right. All right, I'm going to leave this here. So course home again. We get our calendar. Oh, let me do the student view here. All right, so calendar like this. If you want to view the entire course to date, you can do it like this here. But the homework that you need to get to, you're going to go all the way down here, and here it is. Here's your homework you're going to get to. We're starting off at chapter 2. If you want to thumb through and look at chapter 1, take the quiz for it, that's fine too. I made chapter 2 due all the way on March 14th. So you have 2 weeks essentially just to kind of get used to the class itself, and please get ahead of the class. All right, roughly the homework are about maybe 25 questions-ish on average. All right, so clicking on the homework here. This is gonna be for points, okay? So then again, if you click on it here, it's unlimited amount of times you can do this. All right, and there's a question here. Can you, if this is f of x, what would be fx plus 2? What does that mean if you go up 2? And if you want to, you can zoom in on the graphs themselves. You can zoom out. You can get them in its own little different window. That's fine too. All these different, but notice the get help me solve this. If you use an example, get some more help, or ask the instructor. All those pieces are there. All right, that's where you're going to go for the most amount of work there. All right, the other piece I want to introduce you to All right, if you want to just kind of if you don't want to look at a calendar, but just kind of have them as a list, there's your list here. So again, all optional. These are all optional pieces. Oh, sorry, I got them in order now. So these are all optional. There's your homework that needs to be due, and there is your due date for the homework here. So everything should be here. Skills check if you want to do that, and then chapter 3, and so on and so forth. When the midterm is going to come around and the final, they'll be down here as well. All right, so there's that piece. Next thing is I do want to show you the ebook. So for the 14-day free trial, as well as the purchase offer, they give you the ebook of the class itself. And sometimes this does work for the instructor, sometimes it doesn't, because it's the way it's listed. So this is the PDF of the textbook. If you want to have it on a tablet or so, that's fine too. This will allow you to view what the chapter content is all about. It will help you view the example problems inside the textbook itself. And it does take a little bit of time to start off. All right, almost there. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to the table of contents. And we're going to just jump to chapter 2 right away. All right, and yes, you can place bookmarks here. You can see which recent pages you visited. All that is all functional, but there it is. We're starting chapter 2. There are 6 sections here. We're going to talk about functions first, transformations, quadratic functions, polynomial and rational functions, kind of like a review of algebra right here, and then exponential functions and logarithmic functions. So chapter 2 is really a review of the kind of the last part of algebra. And so then we have these examples right here. And if you, yep, that should be there. So if you, as you're reading through this here, if you want to just read through it and then you want to have someone explain it to you, you can just click on here and that'll give you an explanation for that problem, just like the video that we had on the homework here. So I think they've tried to put as much content help into the video itself and into the software here. Let me press play just a little bit here. All right, that was good enough. Okay, so there's another way to get to the videos here. Then next, you can go into something called chapter contents. And you, again, you can get to the ebook this way. Table of values here if you want to go right away into it here. All right, they also have a student solution manual here as well if you want to get that. All right, let me go back because that's what I want to show. I want to show the multimedia library as we talked about in the syllabus here. So this one right here, clicking on that. And let's go to chapter 2. So we're going to go chapter 2, click, and then you can just select all features. If they're find. And so they have a lot of different, okay, it's called videos, just videos. Okay, so a few things here. The main point that I want to get to is these videos right here. These are the same video that we just saw right here, point by point plotting. And so notice you can just read the ebook, and as you're reading it, you can jump to these particular right there, exact same video. If you have the ebook and if a book in front of you, then you can just go point by point on these here. So however you want to use them. This will take you to the textbook right away. These are the PowerPoints that I've given you, but these points are on the Canvas site already. So it'll be the same exact ones that are on the Canvas site. And there's some interactive figures you can use. You can stretch them out. You can put them together. There'll be just kind of some interactive tools they have. And then also some animations. You click on it and it'll give you this sort of animation of something. So a good way to sort of visualize different things. So there's the multimedia library. Jam-packed full of good stuff. Notice it goes from 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it jumps back to 1. So this right here, this sequence, this will be 2.1. And then once it's stored with this will be 2.2, section 2.2 in the textbook. This will be 2.3 in the textbook. So each time it starts over the numbering sequence, it's the next section in the textbook. So your choice, you can come over here. This is the way I kind of do it. I just kind of click on the video, start watching it. If you want more of the content behind the videos, again, click on the ebook. Those would be kind of like the two primary ways, I think, of actually getting the content. And I hope this helps. I hopefully have a good semester. Hopefully this will be a good enough of a support system. Also note the library at West Hills College, they do have some physical tutors that are, you walk in, you get physical tutor help. They also have some online tutoring. So if you need that online tutoring, that helps as well. And lastly, we're going to do some office, I'll do some office hours online as well. So that between there, that should be the support services that would be able to be there to help you through the course itself. And I wish you a successful semester. Just want to bring this up again, and because I think this is such important here, because you have to read. You have to take the time to read the textbook, at least somewhat, so that you become familiar with the content. And it's free. The ebook is free here online just to read through it. Usually I kind of give you a quick example of something. And just scan this. Scan this if you have a tablet available. Just kind of read through this little piece right here. Watch the video if need be. Or you can just follow the example. If you can make sense of what they're doing here. And then again for B, make sense of what they're saying here and the graph itself. Because the person on the video is going to do exactly the same thing. They're going to graph it. And they have a graph that goes this way now. All right. And they have this little sort of explore thing that you can do yourself. So hopefully that was good enough help. Wish you success in the class.